Gears of War 1,
Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth 2.
Kingdom Hearts 2,
I'm gonna have to go with Bioshock Infinite.
Legends of WrestleMania.
I would take the Call of Duty series.
Saints Row 4.
I'd have to say at this point probably Skyrim, the 5th Elder Scrolls game. I've got over 700 hours in that game over a couple of years.
I'm working on New Vegas right now.
Subway Surfers and Jetpack Joyride.
Playing GTA at the moment.
Watch Dogs.
Right now I'm playing Call of Duty Ghosts.
Far Cry 3.
Right now I'm playing Warface on Xbox 360. It's like
Saints Row 4.
Okay.
For about 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day?
maybe like 2 hours a day.
2 hours a day?
Day? I would say an hour.
An hour or 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. I try not to go above 2, just because I feel awful if I do, but it usually gets to about 3 maybe.
I try to get at least 1 hour a day in.
I would say 3 hours.
I never counted.
I came to the game to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees. I came to say goodbye to the good old days. They're never coming back. Watch a few. I came to the game. Get my dues paid. I guess you had a dream, but it can't be saved. I came to the game to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees. I came to say goodbye to the good old days. They're never coming back. Watch a few.
This was once the only place you could play a video game, an arcade. Kids would spend their allowance plunking quarter after quarter to play such games as Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Galaga, and Mystical Man. But as technology progressed, the games progressed out of the arcade into the homes through consoles and computers, where kids could play Super Mario Bros. And Pitfall. Now video games have entered a new era with the internet, iPads, and phones, where game apps are more popular than ever. Just ask someone who's gotten an invite to play Candy Crush Saga. But gaming has become much more. It's become a way of life, as much of pop culture as film and television. In fact, Master Chief of Halo has his own statue at Madame Tussauds in Las Vegas. According to the 2013 statistics from the Entertainment Software Association, the gaming industry was a $21.5 billion business, $15.4 billion coming from video games alone. 59% of Americans are gamers. The average gamer is 31 years old, 52% are men, 48% are women, with 39% being 36 or older. The alarming statistic is that smartphone and wireless gaming has increased from 22% to 37%, and that Americans are spending more time playing video games than watching television or movies. Still, I wanted to know more. I spoke with Kyle Christensen, a gamer and gaming associate at one of the local stores here in Bakersfield.
What are the games you find going out, being sold the most?
That we sell the most?
Yeah.
Mostly the multiplayer games. Most of the big multiplayer games are really popular. I mean, Call of Duty is an obvious one. Battlefield. But a lot of people are buying, Watch Dogs, Grand Theft Auto, and all that.
Okay.
So, I mean, the multiplayer games are big, though. Those are really big.
And what kind of customers you find are the best? The age range,
The age range? Maybe about my age range.
Okay.
So, someone's easy to talk to.
You're
16 to 25, maybe.
16 to 25?
Ideal range, yeah.
Do you find a lot of family games are being sold?
I mean, Mario Kart came out today. That one was really popular, actually, surprisingly.
Okay.
A lot of people came and bought that. But a lot of the Wii games are where everyone's buying the family games. Xbox 360 and PS3 not so much, or the next gen. Mostly all the family games are coming from the Wii. Mario games is specific. Okay. Yeah.
What about the role-playing games? How big are those?
The RPGs are actually really big. The Elder Scrolls are really huge these days. They just come out with Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
Elder Scrolls Online was really popular, but that's only on PC. Which they're actually coming out with the console version of that game next year, and that's supposed to be really big too. Except for the subscription.
Why do you think people are so attracted to video games?
I think it's just the virtual reality almost of it. Like, you get to be someone else, you get to do all these crazy things that you can't do in normal life. I mean, you can't jump like 30 feet high like you can in, Halo or something like that. And I think it's just there's always something new to find and new that your character, never thought could do. So it's just like an endless world that that's just always waiting to be discovered,
Still, I had to investigate a couple of things. One of them being video game violence. The following story is from 2003 in 60 Minutes from the late Ed Bradley about Devin Moore, the video game in question, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Are you saying that Devin Moore shot 3 people in the head because of a video game?
What we're saying is that Devin Moore was, in effect, trained to do what he did. He was given a murder simulator. He bought it as a minor. He played it hundreds of hours, which is primarily a cop-killing game. It's our theory, which we think we can prove to a jury in Alabama, that but for the video game training, he would not have done what he did. The video game industry gave him a cranial menu that popped up in the blink of an eye in that police station, and that menu offered him the split-second decision to kill the officers, shoot them in the head, flee in a police car, just as the game itself trained him to do.
Devin Moore, however, was convicted of murder and now sits on Alabama's death row, waiting for the Supreme Court to hear his appeal. I took up the issue of game violence with Edward Webb, the founder of Campus Gamers here at Cal State Bakersfield.
Well, I did a study of my own, researching other people's actual physical research. I was doing a written research. And what I was finding is that with all the studies that were out there, most of them had weaknesses in their methodology. They did not get enough to really give you an idea of what the picture was. And to say that video games elicit an emotional response, I think that's absolutely true. But I think that's true of television and movies and music and any art. Art is designed to elicit an emotional response. If it doesn't, it's not very good art. And so for you to say, I played a video game and I felt something, whether it was aggression or fear or joy, if something's funny, even romantic attachments in some cases, games should be able to bring you into them to make you feel those things. And we feel those things when we watch movies, but nobody applies them as being negative. And part of that is because when you're in a game, you're having some effect on what's done, but you only have the effect that you're allowed within the constraints of the game. One thing that I personally have an issue with is the idea that video games are responsible for this, that they create aggression in children, when we turn around and as parents let our kids play things like football where there's physical contact, there's bones broken, there's people killed every year, and we continue to do that, and we encourage aggression. There are cheers saying cheering your team on, be aggressive. We don't have a problem with aggression. We have a problem with uncontrolled aggression.
I happen to agree with Ed. Just because something may cause violence doesn't mean it does. Video games are violent, but so are movies and television. That doesn't mean it causes all the tragedy that goes on. There's just not enough scientific evidence to prove otherwise. Until then, we'll just have to have this controversy keep going. Now, if you excuse me, I got a game to play.
I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees.